for watching Music News. Click here to subscribe.
Hi everyone, now I'm going to react to another Katzenjammer I interview, so the link will be in the bottom below, and this reaction will be split into two parts.
Yeah, last night was a great gig.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be there. For our viewers, could you just go through one by one and introduce yourselves, please?
Yes, looking into the camera.
As you wish.
I'm Marianne.
I'm Anna-Marit.
I'm Sol.
I'm Turi.
Hey, thanks a lot. So I was just waiting for the fifth member there. Last night was a great gig. As usual, had loads of instruments all changing hands and stuff. What is, if you had to choose an instrument, each of you that is your favourite, what would you say? Just one each?
Okay, it takes turns.
Yeah.
And right now it's the electric bass, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have to say, because it's a new instrument, dobro.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Guitar and drums, I can't make up my mind.
Good. That's good enough.
Normally it's the bass balalaika, but he's not kind these days, so now it's the drums.
The drum.
Very good.
Right now.
So album-wise, we've had Le Pop, A Kiss Before You Go, and now Rockland out on March 2nd. Is the Katzenjammer sound getting rockier?
The rock in Rockland is not as rocky as you might think. It's more the term rock as in rocks.
Good
And
stuff.
the Rockland institution from Allen Ginsberg's poem How. But I think the sound is more developed and more mature maybe. And you can hear that we've been playing together for now 10 years.
Yeah.
10
Good
years
one.
equals
I mean,
a
Lady
decade.
Grey is a lovely upbeat folk laden gem of a first single. I mean, last night you said that it was
We all
a
know
tribute
10
to
is a
an
decade.
Alzheimer's patient when you were a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know a little bit more about that.
Well, it was before I became a nurse actually, and one of the things that wanted me to become a nurse was this woman. So she, I think she was around 70 years old, and when I met her, she didn't have any language. She was basically just like this. So we never knew how she felt, or what she liked, or who she was. So I started to make up my own stories about her because her family wasn't really present either. She didn't have too much family. So I started to make up my own stories about her, which I hope were true. But the one thing I knew about her was that she loved music a
Was
lot.
the
So I
story
ended up on this old
true?
Norwegian folk singer.
I don't know.
Her feet would go like this in beat to the music, and she smiled. So to me that was a big inspiration how to use music to reach people that are not able to communicate.
Yeah, music therapy is a massive thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, Older Spain kicks off with a great sort of guitar riff. Could have come off Steve Earle's Copperhead Road album years ago. What's it all about, that song?
The theme is more like it's actually from like an old story from the States, from this slave that was owned by Old Spain, and he was cruel. He didn't pay him anything, and he just whipped him with a whip. So it's more like that he wants to burn it all and just leave the whole shebang behind. So the theme and the music is old. That was on purpose, of course.
Yeah.
Just to get the old
I'm
vibe.
feeling this in June, by the way.
Superb. Where did the inspiration for Rockland
I
as a
always
whole
film
come from? Then?
videos in advance.
As in general,
The album
record.
itself, the inspiration behind it as well.
Oh, well, that differs from each and every girl, but for me it has been the whole journey. The 10 years of being in Katzenjammer, being on the road, being in this bubble world that we try to describe in Rockland.
I'm living in a positive world.
In Rockland,
Bubble.
and just to take in all these impressions and channel it out in a song, basically. So for me, it's a diary. It's,
I have to be honest, I do enjoy being in this
reach out to
positive
people and try
world
to
YouTube kind
show
of
them
bubble.
a little window into our
I
bubble
do
world
enjoy making
and to
videos.
because it's really hard to
This is my
describe
first
how it is to be
year
in
doing
Katzenjammer,
YouTube.
to be in a band together, traveling together all the time.
I
It's
love
hard
interacting
for other people
with
to
you
see how
guys
that is, and I think
on
this,
a
the
daily
best way to show that is
basis.
through music.
You always leave
yeah.
positive
It's,
comments, you enjoy my videos,
For me,
you
a
enjoy
diary to the people.
talking to
What
me
about everyone else's
on
inspiration?
social media.
What's the inspiration for you on the album?
and
kid.
I will always be there for you guys,
You know,
no matter
the other
what.
ones were traveling that year. We had we were writing songs.
Yeah.
I had a kid, and I was moving to
You
a farm
guys
in
can
Norway.
talk to me anytime you want.
Outside 3 hours from Oslo. So my inspiration was more like from Norway actually, but of course everything we have experienced, as Sola says, on the road, and everything you see and smell and feel inspires you to, and comes in the music. I think for everyone.
That's a reminder
like,
you
even
guys
if you don't know
that
everything that
after
can
part
inspire
2 of this
you
week, I
just,
think it's there
see
tomorrow.
lights out in it.
There will only be 2 more
I haven't been writing so
Christmas
much
reaction
before
videos,
either,
and that's
so
it.
it was a new experience for me, and I needed a kick in my ass
Then
to
from
do
the
it, and I'm happy I got it.
23rd to
So, and in my song is also some Norwegian lyrics, and
January,
that's,
I will be on my Christmas
that's
and New Year
probably
break.
because it was all in Norway,
I might have a
and
New
I
Year
had been listening to
reaction
Norwegian music
video
before,
on the
in my
1st of
youth,
January.
Yeah, I mean, the songwriting
we
in
will
terms
have
of
to wait and
like,
see.
everyone sort of gave in much more than on the other two albums on this album. Why did why did you decide
I
everyone's
will
got to have almost
officially be
equal
back
effort?
on Monday the 4th of January, where I will continue doing study videos, and I can't wait to see what 2021 brings me and my YouTube channel.
When we took this year off,
and
it was
everything
really
else
important
as
to each
well.
and everyone was to be 100% me, and not just a quarter of a band. So when we wrote, we didn't write together, and that's also, I think, how you can hear that it's more characterized.
Yeah.
You can really hear all the 4 girls as individuals as well as a group. I think that was really necessary, and not to be just part of Katzenjammer, but being yourself and getting back into the band. Your influences and inspiration into it.
I mean, you had about, said 83 songs before you whittled them down to 11. Was there a lot of fights?
No, actually, it was kind of easy. We expected it to be worse than it was. Because we came together with 83 songs, and I think that everyone was a little bit nervous in the beginning to show their songs, because they're our babies, and we're just showing it to them, and then it's kind of, they're up for like criticism, and that's scary, of course. But when we started to pick out favorites out of the 83, we had like 7 or 8 common favorites, and that's almost the whole album.
Yeah.
And then we have the producer, of course, that helped us to pick out the rest, and so it was fairly easy.
But it was, of course, it was some discussions also, and it would be strange if it wasn't, because before strong women with
Strong opinions.
Strong women.
So, but that's just good for the music, I think, to a little what do you say?
Friction.
Friction, yeah.
What's the best song that never made onto the album then?